The first day of school for Bob. His right brachial, or arm, is relaxed, showing the antecubital, or front elbow. Bob's chest, or mammary, is upright. His axillary, or armpit, is viewed along with his olecranial, or back elbow, to answer the history question. Now Bob has soccer tryouts, and he wants to be goalie. A ball sails into his sacral region, or between his hips, which really hurt him. He then powers up for a strong kick using his femoral/thigh and crural/leg. For fun, he bounces a ball on his patella, or knee, while waiting for the ball to come to the net. A ball flies his way and he kicks it away with his tarsal or ankle. He stomps on the ground happily because of his great save, with his hallux, or big toe, plantar, which means sole, and calcaneal, which is heel, hitting the grass. Now he has basketball tryouts. Bob really wants to be captain. He uses his acromial, or shoulder, to help propel the basketball forward with his sternal/breastbone and thoracic/chest leaning backwards. Yay! He got the position of goalie and basketball captain. He shakes the hands of the coaches with his carpal/wrist shaking up and down. His palmar, or palm, and pollex, or thumb, grip the coach's hands excitedly. Because of the harsh practice, he had a bruise on his elbow. His elbow is the proximal, or the point of origin, while his hand was distal, or away from the origin. But it all went downhill from there. Bob broke his digital, or fingers and toes, all of them. He also injured a muscle in the popliteal area, or the posterior knee. He was trying to save a dog from getting run over. Bob just decided to go to sleep and hope the next day would be better. His occipital, or base of the skull, and scapula, shoulder blade, were resting comfortably on the pillow. His dorsum, or back, vertebral/spinal, and lumbar/loin were all on the bed, but he never woke up. Bob was murdered that night, and now a coroner is coming to examine the body. The coroner, named Bill, discovered that he was hit with a bell multiple times on the mental/chin and cervical, or the neck. Bob was also lasered for a long time in the orbital/eyes and nasal or nose area. He also got run over by a car on the frontal or forehead and his cephalic, or his head. Bob had skid marks all over his buccal or cheek and oral, or the mouth. There was a stake right in the medial or midline of his body also. Judging from the bruises that were lateral or away from the midline and intermediate between lateral and medial, he was also pushed off from a tall height into water. The dog bites were both superficial or external, or just on the surface, and they were also deep, which means internally or beneath the surface. Bill then took him to his office, investigating him first by cutting him open on a sagittal, or parallel to the long axis plane. Next, he examined him on a transverse, or perpendicular to the long axis plane. The frontal plane that divides the body into ventral and dorsal sections took too much effort for Bill, so he just moved on to the next thing. He began searching for clues on the interior, or front of Bob's body. Bill then searched the back, or posterior, of Bob's body. Bill started with the caudal, or lower regions, for investigating the causes of death, and then went into the superior, or upper